Coming up on This Week in Torrance, a multi-million-dollar project brings much-needed change to Torrance. Downtown Torrance, we'll tell you how.
And heroic acts by Torrance police officers and civilians are honored recently. We'll take you there.
Then we'll tell you which park has a brand new playground.
Plus, we have details on a one-of-a-kind luxury car show coming to Torrance. These stories and much more are just seconds away.
Your local news starts right now.
Hello and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Jin Chun.
And I'm Ben McCain. Thank you so much for joining us. Here are your top stories. A multi-million-dollar project will bring much-needed improvements to downtown Torrance. Reporter Louie Tran tells us more.
Justin Gatza, an associate engineer for the city's Public Works Department, is helping to coordinate a $2 million plan called the Old Torrance Transportation Improvement Project.
The most exciting thing is just the fact that we're really promoting active modes of transportation.
During his presentation, Gatza shared information with the Torrance community on the large project that will improve the city in many ways for years to come.
There's other factors that go into implementing.
Debbie Hayes is a community relations officer for the organization and has been a resident of Old Torrance for the past 25 years. An avid runner, Hayes usually works out at Wilson Park to avoid the bumpy sidewalks. But now with this project, she hopes to get back to running in her own neighborhood.
Everybody was out and nice and had great questions, and the city had fabulous answers.
The multi-million-dollar project aims to repair and improve significantly damaged sidewalks, curb ramps, bicycle lanes, bicycle racks, and curb stamps.
Definitely some of the sidewalks are pretty bad.
When walking down this block, it's kind of hard not to trip. The damage on this sidewalk is one of hundreds that need repair. As you can see, the sidewalk is buckled so bad that I can fit my hand under it.
I'm very excited that they're pursuing walkability and biking because we need that in this day and age.
The project offers an opportunity to provide better infrastructure to reflect the culture and atmosphere of the nearly 13,000 residents who live in downtown Torrance, including Hayes.
It's just exciting to see our neighborhood getting enhanced.
The project was initiated in 2015. While the city aims to preserve the neighborhood's rich historic value, the improvement project was much needed.
I'm excited to spend the attention, the time, the money in that location to improve it and to make it last for another 100 years.
For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Louie Tran.
Thanks, Louie. The city has yet to finalize a contractor, but anticipates the construction to begin later this fall.
For another year in a row, the Torrance Fire Department proudly received the highest recognition possible. The Insurance Services Office, also known as ISO, rates fire departments nationwide for their effectiveness. Torrance once again received top honors with a Class 1 rating. Agencies are ranked based on water supply, communication apparatus, and staffing from 1 to 10, with 1 being the highest. This demonstrates the city's support and efficiency towards providing its citizens with the highest level of safety. Class 1 rating is also one of the factors used to determine fire insurance premiums for homeowners and businesses. The department has 7 functioning divisions. TFD has held the Class 1 rating for nearly 20 years. Well, the brave men and women who dedicate their lives to serving and protecting the community were honored recently. The 5th annual Torrance Police Department Awards and Appreciation Luncheon was hosted at the Torrance Cultural Arts Center. This event acknowledges women and men in blue who serve our city while serving in an official or unofficial capacity and by going above and beyond the call of duty. Acts of bravery and leadership were shared throughout the event as each recipient accepted their award. 2 police officers received the Life-Saving Award for their quick actions to perform CPR and save a man from a drug overdose.
Every single story you hear today, every selfless act that will soon be described, has been done in the best interest of our community in mind. Today is all about recognizing those who commit a lifetime of serving others. I'm especially proud to honor each and every one of you for your selfless service and dedication to our community.
Unlike most of us who work within the comfort of our offices or our shops, our officers wake up each day knowing that at any moment, their job entails facing danger, life-threatening situations, and taking huge risks to prevent any harm to us. And each day, even with this knowledge, they willingly walk into work motivated by a deep desire to keep us and our entire community safe and secure.
This year, 18 people were honored, including 13 officers.
Just in time for spring break, the Community Services Department announced the reopening of a newly renovated park space. Sunnyglen Park near Delamo Boulevard now features new swings, various slides and monkey bars, and a new sandbox. The current sand around the equipment was replaced with engineered wood to meet ADA standards for accessibility. The project took about 4 weeks to finish. Interesting fact, Sunnyglen Park once used to be a hog farm and landfill. Torrance has 32 parks across the city.
You can now learn everything you need to know about the Torrance Rose Float Association thanks to their newly launched website. The organization redesigned its website to make it easier to navigate. You can easily get information on how to donate, get involved, and see the past float designs over the years. During the recent City Council meeting, the 2019 Torrance Rose Float design was announced. It captures the theme Melody of Life and will feature a live band. The association will soon host a battle of the bands to find the perfect group to perform during the parade. To check out the website, go to torrancerosefloat.org. Well, still ahead, we'll take you to a cultural festival that had the largest turnout to date right here in Torrance.
Plus, it's Colon Cancer Awareness Month, and one local hospital offered a unique educational experience. We'll take you there.
Stay right here. You're watching This Week in Torrance. We'll be back in just a minute.
Let's hear it for hands. A collection of nimble digits. They're as adept at turning things off as they are at switching them on. Especially if we face energy shortages and state officials call a flex alert. If that happens, we all know it's time to turn off unneeded lights, adjust the AC to 78 or higher, and don't use appliances until after 6 p.m. So here's to hands. They have the power we'll need.
Put down the phone, Rob.
Visitors had the chance to get a close-up of what their colon could look like. In honor of National Colon Awareness Month, Torrance Memorial had a 10-foot inflatable colon exhibit on display, which featured various stages of colorectal diseases. Various experts discussed prevention and treatment during the Trust Your Gut health lecture. Experts say that colon cancer is a big issue in the United States and is almost entirely preventable with early detection. They recommend people speak to their doctors and make sure they are getting their regular screenings and colonoscopies.
In my experience, I've done this for several years now, and the most common experience that I have when the patient has completed their colonoscopy is, that's it. I think the fear of undergoing the prep, the fear of undergoing the procedure is a lot worse than the actual procedure itself. The procedure is safe, it's fast.
I get checked myself since I was 35, I think, or 40, and now I'm 82, so I check, I get a colonoscopy every 5 years and an endoscopy every 5 years. So I really wanted to find out as much as I could and take the test at home and bring tests for my daughter.
Men and women on average should be screened for colon cancer starting at age 50. The Traveling Colon was put on by the Colon Cancer Alliance. A mini resource fair was held before the lecture, and the first 200 attendees took home screening tests.
Well, an annual festival at Columbia Park had the largest turnout to this date. The City of Torrance had almost 5,000 people stop by the Cherry Blossom Festival. Now, in its 7th year, the event symbolizes the beginning of spring and offers attendees a time to enjoy different cultural experiences, from Japanese, Filipino, Indian to Korean. 35 local artists and crafters were also on hand to show off their one-of-a-kind items and goods. Attendees were able to create their own origami. Cherry blossoms hold a special meaning of friendship and beauty. The trees that line the park were donated by Soka Kakai International and has gifted more than 150 trees in the last 10 years to Torrance. If you missed out on this event, not to worry. Another great event featuring Japanese culture and food is coming up. Be sure to mark your calendar for the Torrance Sister City Association's Bunka Thai Festival, held on April 7th and 8th.
The Torrance community came together and painted the town purple in support of the fight against cancer. You may have noticed purple ribbons around town. Well, it's been a community effort hosted by Torrance Relay for Life and the Downtown Torrance Association. The City of Torrance proclaimed it Painting the Town Purple Week, and local businesses offered deals to customers with partial proceeds being donated to Relay for Life. The event is a campaign spreading the word about the 24-hour Relay for Life that will take place at South High in April. It encourages people to recruit new survivors and caregivers to the event. Dozens of businesses took part, including Kesh Cafe and Red Car Brewery, the Yoga Harbor Tortilla Cantina, and the Depot Restaurant, to name just a few. Chef Michael Schaefer from the Depot created a special purple martini, purple potato dish, and seared ahi tuna with purple beets.
I've had, like everyone else in this community, been affected by someone who has gotten cancer and has unfortunately suffered because of it. And I thought this was a great way of the community coming together.
You still have time to sign up for the Relay for Life event at South High School. It takes place on Saturday, April 21st. You can find more information on Relay for Life on their Facebook page.
The recent rain led the beauty of one Torrance treasure to blossom. Officials say the Madrona Marsh Preserve is filled with fresh water thanks to the recent storms. But when you stop by, species aren't just flourishing in any water. The marsh has a biofilter with vetiver grass that is native to Asia. The rainwater is pumped into it, and in return, clean water gets pumped into the reserve. Now would be the perfect time to stop by since native plants are in bloom, and you can see all types of animals from frogs, red-tailed hawks to American kestrels. Then on the vernal marsh, there are lots of mallards and American wiggins in view. The Madrona Marsh is free and open to the public Tuesday through Sunday. You can take advantage of their workshops and take a tour to explore this gem.
The French Bulldog is moving up the ranks as one of the most popular dogs. The American Kennel Club recently announced the latest rankings of the most popular AKC recognized dog breeds in the United States. The Frenchie, the cousin of the English Bulldog, moved up to number 4, jumping 2 spots. Labrador Retrievers were ranked number 1, and German Shepherds took the 2nd spot. The Labrador Retriever is number 1 for the 27th consecutive year. The French Bulldog is also the most popular breed in Los Angeles, New York City, and Hawaii. American Kennel Club has a South Bay chapter. Annually, they host various competition shows at North High School. To get the full list, head to akc.org. An Australian company with its regional headquarters here in Torrance is expanding. Tritium, the plug-in electric vehicle fast-charging solutions firm, has opened a new European headquarters in Amsterdam, Netherlands. Not too long ago, Tritium opened its office in Torrance, and the city was the first to install 5 of their DC fast chargers. The Amsterdam location will be the 2nd international site for the company. A major feature of the site will be its in-confidence testing center, available for use by car manufacturers. Tritium's products can be found in submarines, UAVs, and they even work in Antarctica. At the recent Torrance Advantage Awards, Tritium took home the Quality of Life Community Investor Award.
Car enthusiasts, get your engines ready because a well-known luxury automotive show is coming to Torrance. The Economic Development Department announced that Gonal Lumber will be the venue for the Luft 5 event that will bring hundreds of Porsches for people to see. Officials say there is a unique connection between Gonal Lumber and Porsche, since the luxury brand's birthplace for various models was Gmund, Austria, the same place where Austrian immigrants Christian and Frank Gonal moved from. Left 5 is described as an experiential car culture event centered around a curated list of historically significant or interesting cars. Air-cooled parking is sold out for Left 5. General admission tickets are still available at left5.eventbrite.com.
The City of Torrance is always booming with new businesses, but a new business in town is making sure people stay employed.
1, 2, 3.
Nelson Staffing has been in business for 47 years and is privately family owned. The mission of the company helps people get jobs. They have specialized teams that connect employers with job seekers. This includes all types of positions from temp to hire, and regular full-time placement. They have a wide range of specialties from administration, engineering, finance, legal professionals, tech jobs, and the hospitality industry.
They do the research on where's the best place for a local small staffing firm to be present and relevant in the market, and Torrance was the city that we wanted to be in. So Torrance and Costa Mesa.
Nelson Staffing is really cool because it's providing jobs and careers for people, putting the right people in the right position in the right business.
Last year, Nelson Staffing was ranked one of the largest independent staffing firms in the United States by Staffing Industry Analyst. There are more than 13,000 licensed businesses in Torrance. Well, if you're looking to try virtual reality gaming, you're in luck this spring break. Servios Virtual Reality Arcade at the mall is offering a spring break pass. From now through April 6th, you can purchase a pass for $45, $15 discount. The week-long pass is good for access Monday through Friday. Servios Virtual Reality Arcade offers 3,000 square feet of fun with 11 enclosed booths. Users wear a high-tech head-mounted display that's like a helmet. They participate in a video game that is projected on a large life-size screen. The company has been around in the arcade space for a long time and operates in 36 countries.
A local boutique is now on the move as they've put their store on wheels. Le Unique Boutique, formerly in downtown Torrance, showed off its store on wheels recently. Mayor Patrick Fury honored the business with a ribbon cutting and certificate of recognition. The store will be selling the same type of inventory it did before. The French-inspired boutique carries a variety of vintage-style jewelry, clothing, home accessories, gift items, chandeliers, artwork, furniture, garden accents, Victorian lamps, and much, much more. The store will be traveling to different fairs and market venues each weekend. Owner Nancy Freitas Gomez says the mobile store will be at the Antique Fair, Street Fair in downtown Torrance next month on April 22nd. They have plans to be there every time the fair happens, which is the fourth Sunday of every month. The truck will be located next to La Capilla. You can also shop online at leuniqueboutiqueonline.com.
When it comes to handling firearms, safety should be the #1 priority for all users. A local gun trainer walks us through his unique training program. Reporter Louie Tran has the story.
Pete Iliopoulos is the owner of 360 Firearm Safety Training on Cabrillo Avenue in Torrance, a business that sells firearms accessories and offers training courses that specializes in gun safety.
I don't want you to be afraid. I want you to be able to say, okay, I understand it.
Iliopoulos, who runs a jewelry business within the same store as his firearm training course, says having proper gun training has helped him protect his family and business in several events.
We've had some problems that the gun has actually saved my life.
Iliopoulos saw the value of being trained in firearms. However, he recognized that many gun users weren't properly trained. Iliopoulos wanted to change that and ultimately started his own gun safety training program.
I started noticing how a lot of people aren't being really trained. They're trained by a dad that shot when he was on the farm.
Iliopoulos offers classes by appointments only for anyone looking to purchase firearms for self-defense or personal recreational use. Sarah Rice and Dean Pliacanas are two of Iliopoulos' students who are looking to get more familiar with how to properly handle a gun.
I can take my grandkids out, maybe hunting one day or to the range and shoot.
My son is interested in learning how to shoot, and I want to make sure that I have those skills first as well, and before I let him, learn as well.
Unlike many training programs, Iliopoulos teaches his class initially with airsoft guns to help his students become more comfortable with handling firearms. Students are also taught and trained how to properly assemble, grip, aim, and store a gun. Iliopoulos says all are critical to avoiding accidents and preventing users from hurting themselves.
Everything is about safety, safety.
Everybody should know how to safely handle a gun or firearm, whether they have one or not.
When learning how to handle a gun, safety is #1 priority. It's important to wear proper eye and ear protection before you shoot.
I learned a lot about safety.
Iliopoulos hopes his gun safety training course will continue to encourage his customers to practice safety first.
Take a class. Take a class. Find somebody and just take a class. It's worth every penny of it.
For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Louie Tran.
Thanks, Louie. 360 Firearm Safety Training is located at 1754 Cabrillo Avenue. Well, still ahead, upcoming events you won't want to miss.
Plus, we have the latest happenings in the sports world. We'll be back in just a minute.
Welcome back, everybody. Here's some upcoming events. The Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce is hosting a Women's Leadership Luncheon April 4th from 11:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can still purchase tickets. The featured keynote speaker is Chief Eve Irvine from the Torrance Police Department. Then on April 7th and 8th, you can enjoy the Bunkasai Japanese Cultural Festival put on by the Torrance Sister City Association. There will be performances, children's games, and tasty food. It takes place from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Ken Meller Recreation Center. Then the Torrance South Bay YMCA is hosting its Basketball is Life Clinic on April 7th from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. Children ages 3 to 15 years old can sharpen their skills and learn new drills from basketball coaches. Now let's find out what's happening in the Torrance sports world.
What's going on, AJ?
Hey guys, here's what you'll see on this week's edition of the Sports Desk. Undefeated and it feels so good. You'll see why the Spartans volleyball team are addicted to the dub. And it's pretty safe to say the Tartars baseball team knows a thing or two about getting some dubs. El Camino College makes an impressive splash in the pool. Plus, we go in the soup to give you the scoop on Torrance High School surfer Maddie Watson. All this and so much more. Remember to watch the Sports Desk at 4 and 9:30 p.m. right here on Torrance CitiCABLE. Jin and Ben, back to you.
Thanks so much, AJ. Well, that does it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain.
And I'm Jin Chun. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.